Former Hells Angels member, Ben Geppert, has once again made headlines after appearing in the Southport Magistrates Court. The 31-year-old pleaded guilty to charges of attempted unlawful use of a vessel, unlawfully at large, and unlawfully removing corrective services property. The court handed down its decision on the matter, which has drawn attention from various media outlets. In January this year, Geppert removed his GPS tracking bracelet from his ankle at his Varsity Lakes home, and left the property. He was on parole at that time and as per the parole conditions was required to wear the tracker at all times. Queensland Police said that the tracking signals confirmed that the anklet remained at the home while he was at large. 2 days later, police spotted Geppert on Awoonga Avenue in Burleigh Heads. As soon as he saw police officers approaching, he plunged into the Tallebudgera Creek. He then swam across the creek and tried unsuccessfully to hijack a dinghy, only to realize that the boat would require a key and wouldn't start. He then managed to escape on foot, and it wasn't until later that night that he was arrested during a traffic stop on Reedy Creek Road. During the hearing, he told the court that he was extremely remorseful and the only explanation for his behavior was that he had a brain snap after just 5 drinks. Geppert said that this was the best he'd ever done for years and he had been clean, composed and calm. But then had a brain fade which fogged his brain and left him confused. Court heard that Geppert has been in custody for 52 days since his arrest, and his current partner had a 7-month-old daughter and were expecting another baby, and he hoped to be out in time for the birth. Magistrate Janice Crawford handed him an 8-month suspended sentence and confirmed that his release will be subject to the decision of the parole board. The ex-Hells Angels and Finks bikie member Geppert, once featured in an official Queensland Police Service campaign aimed at discouraging men from a life of crime. The video was released after the killing of his younger brother Harrison Geppert, who was stabbed to death in a Varsity Lakes park in September 2019 at the age of 17. After the death of his younger brother, Geppert vowed to change his ways. He quit the Hells Angels, reconciled with his family, and appeared with his mother in a video series about bikies and said that he regretted his gangster lifestyle.
I regret being in a gang every day. The gangs ruined my life, yeah. It's just something that just haunts you forever. And I suppose like being out of having a job for so long, for so many years, it's sort of hard to just move on from the gangs, and there's the stigma behind it is, you know, like my face tattoos and, you know, you rolling around with teardrops and gun tattoos, and no one wants to employ that.
The heavily tattooed Instagram bikie, who is known by the nickname Notorious, has vendetta and a distinctive teardrop inked on his face. He made headlines over several years for airing his feuds with rival bikies on social media. In May 2018, Geppert was filmed in a 1-minute video brawling with another man outside KFC in Robina, Queensland. The clip went viral on various social media platforms. He also became famous on Instagram and Facebook by posting pictures with his then heavily tattooed girlfriend Alaina Vader-Jones. In 2020, Geppert was sentenced by the Southport District Court to 3 years jail for a home invasion, for bashing another man with a baseball bat over a $500 drug debt. The court heard that Geppert had been friends with the victim prior to selling him $1,500 worth of methamphetamine. Victim had paid him $1,000 and delayed in paying the balance. Geppert then began to threaten him, first by sending a picture of a gun before arriving at the man's front yard and punching him repeatedly in the face. Geppert then returned about 11 p.m. on the same evening and broke in with a baseball bat. He then bashed the victim with the bat and left. The next day, Geppert forced the victim to withdraw thousands of dollars from an ATM and robbed his Rolex watch. After the incident, Geppert was later arrested at Kingscliff following a chase across rooftops and through backyards. He was released on parole in December 2022.